Welcome to my YouTube channel, Meet, Motivating, Equipping, Empowering Training. My name is Dr. Al Hibbert. Today we will be starting a series of sessions dealing with the 5 temperament, which are personality types. We have a good lineup for you. Keep watching, keep listening. Understanding your inborn temperament. We're going to talk about the 5 temperaments, or introduction to the 5 temperaments. By the way, you will constantly hear me say temperament. The word is really temperament, but the shortened version is temperament. So in case you hear me keep saying that, it's not a mistake, it's deliberate. All right. There are 5 temperaments, or 5 temperament types, not 4. Most textbooks up to 1983 will give you 4 temperaments. From 1983, as a matter of fact, in 1983 was when the NCCA researched and discovered the 5th temperament, which was called the supine. Some of you might not know, or you might be hearing the word supine for the first time, especially if you had gone through college and learned anything about temperament. Let me just give you a little example. Some years ago, I had a medical doctor in counseling. She was really distressed, going through a lot, and she came into the office, after making an appointment. And while she was there, she's talking, and I remember her, she could really talk. And she kept telling me that, how bad she felt or was feeling, and how she has gone through and tried to diagnose herself by using the 4 temperament, the temperament model, but could not come up with any answer. She was feeling, as a matter of fact, that feeling worst, because she believed in temperament, and she couldn't find any answer there. But while she talked, because she mentioned 4, and when she said, just by using the word temperament, kind of caused me to sort of shrunk in my chair, because wow, she actually know the tool, or understand the tool that I'm using. Now, I'm a young counselor, and just a couple of years in the business, so I'm not as seasoned as other counselors, so you can understand how I felt. But when she said 4, a light goes off in my head, because I know 5. So I said to her, you keep saying 4 temperaments, but did you know that there's a 5th one? She said, no. So that was really something that caused a light to go off for me now. I felt in charge again. So when her test came back, guess what? She was a supine, the one that she knew nothing about. So just to let you know, or to remind you, that there are 5 temperaments: melancholy, choleric, supine, phlegmatic, and the sanguine. All of us fall somewhere within these 5 temperaments. Some of us might be 1, some of us might be a blend of 2, and or even 3, but we fall somewhere within these 5 temperaments. Every single person on the planet. All right? Some of you might be asking the question, what is temperament, by the way? All right, let's move on. Dr. Harno of the NCCA, which was one of my professors, he said it this way: man is a Trinitarian makeup of inclusion, is intellect, control is willpower, affection, which is the emotions. Temperament is inborn, it's not genetic. Um, it's not like you being born with red hair or blue eyes or things like that. No, your temperament is inborn. Temperament is how people interact with their environment and the world around them. Temperament pinpoints our perception of ourselves and the people who loves us. It is also the determining factor in how well we handle stress and the pressures of life. That's Arno, 1998. Each temperament has its own set of responses to life. Therefore, it is expected that each temperament will react in different ways, and that's Rust, 1977. When an individual discovers his own basic temperament, he can easily figure out what vocational opportunities he should pursue, how to get along with other people, what natural weaknesses to watch for, what kind of spouse he should marry, and how he can improve the effectiveness of his life. That's Tim LaHaye, 1991. Temperament refers to aspects of an individual's personality. Some people are introverts, some are extroverts. Just think for a moment, a couple, a man and a woman, who one of those parties loves to go to functions, loves to attend every meeting, and the other one just think that staying home is the best thing for him or her. And so let's say the wife is the one who likes to go out. The husband, he prefers to stay home, or vice versa. And then every time that this person say, okay, we're going here or we're going there, it's always, no, I don't feel like, I want to stay home. I have this to do, I have that to do. And, they just love to be home, which is a safe place, of course. But at the same time, the relationship requires more than that. And so you can imagine that that relationship will not last very long unless they get some professional counseling. And too many people these days are getting married without counseling, without professional counseling. I'm not talking about somebody just quoting a few scripture verses to you. I mean professional counseling. So can I say this to you? If you're planning to get married anytime soon, or maybe later on, please make counseling a part of the package, the marriage package. All right? It's worth it. Okay. Many secular psychologists say that people are born blank slates. That's not true. That school of thought originated with St. Thomas Aquinas, 1225-1274, and was developed by John Locke, 1632-1704, and capitalized on by Sigmund Freud, 1856 to 1939. Now, the neo-Freudians believe that the environment and developmental stages are what determine man's behavior. These theories are not true. Okay? Children are not born blank slates. That's number one. If a child was born blank, then you would always have to guide that child to find his or her food, because shortly after the child is born, that child knows where to find food. He's looking for the mother's breast, and they're going to find it. So if that child was born a blank slate, then you'd have to gradually lead them to it, and every time show them where it is and all this type of thing. No. Even if you have to show them once, that's it. Next time they know exactly where to go find their food. So it's no child is born a blank slate. Temperament is not learned. It is innate, inborn, God intended. This is something that God puts in us from the beginning of time. The only thing that is learned is behavior. We learn behaviors every day, different type of behaviors, and that's what molds a lot of people's life. Good behaviors, bad behaviors. Just look at this chart for a minute. All right, when you were born, just you, but then there are two parents involved, and then there are four grandparents involved, and eight or rather great grand, 16 great grand grand, and 32 great great great. So we are impacted by, I mean, a ton load of different personalities. Yes, some of these people are dead and gone a long time ago, but they're still a part of the family tree. And so your parents are affected by all of these in the past, and so will you. Everybody is affected by people. And then the millions of different families and associates. For example, school, church, work, and the games, the sports, and all these type of things that people has to get involved in. All these things are molding your behavior. Not your temperament, but your behavior. Okay? You are not a copy of an original. You are an original. God made you a unique person and intended for you to live in wholeness. Temperament weaknesses are not licensed for bad behaviors. Some people, when we talk about strengths and weaknesses, people think that we're telling people we're giving them license to behave badly. But you need to know or to understand that every person is born with strengths and weaknesses, every last one of us, and are affected by environment and learned behavior. So, like Jesus, let's say it this way: love the sinner, but despise the sin. In the next session, I'll be talking about the melancholy in depth. Please don't miss it. Keep watching. Thank you. Until next time, don't do something permanently stupid because you are temporarily upset. Invite your friends, neighbors, and families to watch, and please subscribe. Thank you.